Good evening. It's your girl Vocal with AJ Reese. I am coming to you guys, and I just want to do a real quick check in. How are you guys doing? Has your day been great? Is if so, good. Kudos, all that good stuff. I, for one, had a great day today. I cannot complain. I had a very good day today. It seemed kind of long, but it was a good day overall. Very productive. So I'm glad about that. So, I want to come and talk to you guys about part two of what was discussed on Tuesday. You know, when we talked about who's taking care of you. And I'm telling you, I'm just continuing to further explore that particular area of interest. And I was looking at something and I was just kind of, researching some stuff. And I'm telling you, it's so much to this stuff. It cannot afford to be taken lightly. Is basically what I'll say. When I was looking at things, and it was basically about, a checklist that we should have in case something happens to us. And I'm gonna tell you, I got a headache. That's how much stuff is on this list. I'm like, jeez. So again, death can be, an expected one or it can be a sudden one. We don't know which end of the school, mankind will find themselves on. We don't. So we can't afford to just assume or whatever. Sometimes we look at kids and be like, oh, they got their entire life ahead of them. That's not necessarily true. Everybody is like, it doesn't matter what age you are. You're checking out eventually at some point in time. I mean, we will hope we have more time than what we believe. But, however, utilize it, what we do have right now, the right way. So, I'm going to tell you what's on this checklist that I seen that really had me like, yee. Some of it I knew, but then some of the other things I was just like, wow. So it has sudden death checklist, and it is a list of your assets, your bank accounts, your contacts. Who do you contact? Who will be the contact person when that time comes for you? Your governing issues, your liability insurance policies, your succession plan, basically right now. What do you want written out? What do you want to be said about you while you were yet here and in your closing moments? There's a checklist for after the funeral. Administrative checklist. Sheesh, 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 sheesh. First response quick checklist. It has the owner, the spouse, or the partner, or whatever. And I'm gonna give you something that was really, really heartbreaking. One of my mother's cousins, older, he passed away. Maybe I want to say about 5 years ago, something like that. And he wasn't married, but he had a significant other. He wasn't married. He had a significant other. He wasn't married. He had a significant other, meaning what? A longtime companion, a girlfriend. Let me tell you something. Ladies, secure your spot. Men, secure your spot. They were together before I was born. When he died, she got nothing. It was the saddest state of affairs that I witnessed in my life. And it was very sad, and it's not to scorn, like bring shame to her. I'm not going to say who they are, but what I'm saying, it was a very sad state of affairs, and I really felt embarrassed for her because, we were there when they were taking the body out. And they asked, the funeral directors asked, like, well, who's next in line? And she was like, oh, I am. And they said, okay, we need you to produce the marriage certificate. And it was the life insurance policy and stuff like that. She could produce the life insurance policy, but she could not produce the marriage certificate. Why? Because they were not married all those years. You allowed yourself to be that in love and that consumed that wisdom didn't kick in for you to say, listen, what are we doing here? Either you're going to marry me or you're not. If not, God bless you. See you. because I don't want to see anything like that. And I'm not saying everybody you get with you got to marry, but that's something you got to figure out, and not waste your time is really what I'm saying. So, I don't doubt that she didn't love him, and I don't doubt that he didn't love her. But however, in the end, it was zilch, zero, nothing. I'm about to hit the 50 mark. All the So let's say they were probably together about 50 something years, 60, almost 60. And you came out with nothing? I think's not. I think's absolutely not. So again, handle your affairs. We have to make sure we are handling our affairs. Again, back to who's taking care of you. Your girl vocal with AJ Reese is, hey, what they say, talk heavy. Yup, talk heavy. We not doing that. We're not doing that. No, we're not. So again, back to the checklist. It says after the funeral. It talks about the administrative. It talks about the first response quick checklist. Who's to be contacted right after finding out that you have checked. Okay, was the person a veteran? Additional information. Children. Did they have pets? Did they say? See, the problem is sometimes we don't want to discuss in detail what we want exactly. No, we should have. If you got children, you need to have laid out. This person gets that. This person get that. One of my best friends, her grandmother passed away. She did. I salute her. I do. I'm gonna tell you what she did. So nobody can say, I get this, I get that. Mama had an attorney handle all of that and divvy out in each envelope with the person's name and what they're getting. So when he bring the family together and want to read and say exactly what they're getting, nobody can say, well, how you get? It's already handled. And it ain't your business what that next person got. Mind your business. Because that's the other problem. Sometimes people always want to be, well, how they get and why? None of your business. They did what they did because they can. It was theirs. And that's the problem. We spent all this time warring over something that wasn't even ours. Be grateful they even thought of you. So that's just a little sidebar rant. Don't pay me no mind. I'm just saying. It's the truth, but whatever. So make sure you have set in stone what you want your children to receive, who you want to take your pets. And if you have little children, who's next in line, who would love and nurture and care for them the way you would. It may not be exactly, but you entrust them enough. You trust them enough that they're going to make sure that they raise and rear your children in the right direction and love them forever in your absence. The income. So now we go to the family list, the final plans. It's something because one of my mother's, I believe her aunts, which would make her, she was my great aunt. She had written out all the way from beginning to end what she wanted. She had a whole obituary written out. So she had the color of her casket. She had the color of her outfit. She had the color of her shoes. She had the church she wanted it at and the cemetery she wanted it at. And it was something because it was like when she passed, one of her neighbors said she already had everything what she wanted. And she did. And so much so, she said the Lord gave my great aunt, he showed her her own funeral. And she was able to express what she saw. And she never shared it with the family, but the neighbor came and confirmed and said, everything that you guys had is exactly what she said she saw in her dream. Won't God do it? He won't leave us hanging. He is concerned with every intricate detail that concerns us. He wants us to win. He wants us to do better. He does. It was Sierra's song, Level Up, Level Up. We need to level up. We do. We need to stop playing and level up. Okay, so the family list, the final plans, who's your healthcare proxy? Who's going to stand and make all those medical decisions and making sure that all that stuff is taken care of? We need people that genuinely care, that can oversee our affairs. Not people that's out to get us and drain and run you dry. No. Okay. Obituary information, the obituary write up. What are your passwords and login information? You know, a lot of us have emails and different bank accounts. Everything today requires a password and a username. Everything. So, if you own a business or whatever, there are things that you have to take care of after the funeral is over. I'm telling you, there is a process to everything. And like the reading of the will, depending on what type of assets you had, how much you have, it's work. It is work. So I'm saying that for us to see that basically it's no easy feat. It's work. It is not a game. And we need to make sure that we do right. You don't want to just leave people your name. Sometimes that ain't worth nothing. I just got to be real. Some people's names aren't worth the ink that it was written, the paper that it was written on. It's just not. No, handle your affairs. Don't leave things messy. I had a relative years back, passed away. He didn't handle his affairs, and he left that burden on relatives to take care of. How unfortunate is that? How unfair is that? It's not right. So I'm saying that again to say, who's taking care of you, part two? Who? You need to have designated people, trustworthy sources, individuals that you know their track record has proven to you over and over and over again that they got you. And it's not because they told you, it's because they have shown you that they do. I suggest that every parent that have children, these children should have life insurance on them. Stuff just happens. It happens. This is just where we are with life. I just feel like when I was younger, I was so naive. I just got to be honest. I was so naive, so ignorant to the fact. I mean, I knew and I know death is real. I know death is real. I do. I know. It's the inevitable. We're all going to face it someday. You know, I keep telling y'all the rapture for me, the rapture. I got to go in the rapture. Anyway. But now, being an adult and adulting is hard. I ain't going to lie. It's hard. However, things are more real. The reality for me really hit. It's real. It's no more playtime. It's just not. So again, we have to make sure that we're not a burden even in death. You don't want to be a burden even in death? Come on now. So I'm just saying that, to say I'm really driving it. And my prayer is, for those who may not have life insurance, my prayer is that, Lord, allow them enough time that life insurance can be processed and they can have it to cover them. So when that time comes, it can be, as smooth as possible. I'll say that. As smooth as possible. You still have your hiccups in the road and all that other stuff. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we are doing things right. So that's all I have for you guys. Just continue to keep me in your prayers. Keep my family in your prayers. Just continue. We want to keep one another in prayer. We really do. Let's keep one another in prayer. And let's make sure that we are doing whatever it takes to do the right thing at all times. We're going to try. We're human. We're going to make mistakes. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying I'm not. But acknowledge them. Repent from it and move on. Okay. God bless you. Lord willing, I will see you guys next Tuesday. And how about this? I'm going to give y'all an assignment, and I'm going to see if y'all pay attention to the assignment. How about give me some topics that you want me to address? You give it to me, I'll talk about it. I sure will. I may even go live. And when I go live, when that time comes, tell everybody about it so we all can get on there and we all can have a family conversation. Love you guys. God bless you. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe. Love you all. Again, Happy New Year. God bless you. Enjoy your Martin Luther King holiday. I'm off. My husband's off. Thank God. Yes. So you guys enjoy. Love you. See ya. Bye.